Trolls movie was nothing like Doctor Who. You know who can't keep it together? The Trolls.
I'm like, this movie made for kids.
This seems like
I've got something to say. Is this thing on?
Mm-hmm. Breaking news. My BBL has got up and walked away.
You're kidding.
The booty is no longer with us, RIP.
Oh, God. You paid so much for that.
I know. God, I know.
What is wrong? Adipose Industries lately. Jesus. Welcome to Timey-Wimey Talks.
With your girls, with your Sonic sisters. Alyssa. And Tyara. Thank you for joining us today for an outstanding episode that we have for you. This is actually commentator suggestions. It's a commenter's suggestion.
It's a commenter's suggestion. One of the fans. Shout out. Thank you. So we watched Partners in Crime, which is about the adipose.
My little fat babies.
Yeah, they were so cute.
So the suggestion was that we should rewatch our childhood favorite Doctor Who episodes and see if they age well or if they don't age well.
Yeah.
So my favorite episode as a child was the adipose, because who doesn't love as a kid seeing the cutest little fat babies with their little snaggle tooths and they're just flying away.
I always wondered what the tooth is made of.
Hi. Like, they're so cute.
I'm waving it fat.
Like, as a kid, those were my favorite, like, Doctor Who, like, monsters. I was like, bring the adipose back.
I know.
They're my favorite.
We always talk about the adipose. And now, rewatching it, I mean, I've seen this episode a bunch of times, but rewatching it, like, at the age I am now, I kind of look at them and I'm like, yeah, they're cute, but also, ew, that's somebody's, like, just fat mound.
Absolutely not. I will take 10 of them. Like, if you have some extra fat babies to spare, send them to me.
Imagine touching that.
I would love it. Like, what? A ball of fat?
No, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Like, I don't know. Like, fat is sometimes like, have you ever played with your grandma's arm rolls? Tell me.
I don't know if this is the most relatable thing, Tiara.
I'm sorry. But, like, I know you guys have. But, like, my grandma had, like, grandmas that have the saggy arms.
Oh,
you know?
We're going to look like that one day.
Just, like, I would just play with my grandma's, like, arm flabs, and it was the best experience of my life. But imagine taking that home with you for $5.99.
Oh, my God. It's like a stress ball, I guess.
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly.
And if it's your grandma, you love your grandma. So I could see how that could be comforting.
Exactly. If I'm just like, Grandma, you about to be slim, and then I get your fat, and I take it home with me.
I know. Honestly, for a while, we were like at the end, when the doctor says, it's actually a pretty good diet plan.
Yeah, no, for real.
Right?
I was like, can we actually introduce this? And then I get to take my fat babies. Like, I'm just like, oh, let me just go to Wendy's.
Yeah.
Like, every single day of the week, like I want to in my head.
No, it's such a good deal.
And then I get to take home a free fat baby.
Yes. Shout out Wendy's. They have, like, saucy nuggets now. They're, like, boneless things. And they also have, so they used to call it, if you want a little Wendy's lore, they used to call it the Frosty Chino. They discontinued it, and then they brought it back. They call it something else now, like the Frosty Latte or something. But not many people know about that.
Wow.
People don't talk about that.
They don't. Probably because I don't think anybody cares.
You're talking about your grandma's arm flab.
Dude,
I'm talking
it
about
was relatable to the episode.
Yes.
But anyways, okay, so honestly, as a kid, I just loved the episode because of the fat babies. I completely did not understand the episode. The only thing I cared about as a kid was the, like, cute little fat babies.
Yeah, they stick in your mind.
Didn't really understand the concept of the episode, or didn't catch any of the, the things that they threw in there.
Yeah.
So I was just, I don't know. As an adult, I was like, this is going to be a stupid episode. Like, going into it, I was like, this is going to be the dumbest episode ever.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's fat babies. Like, how in depth could you really get with these?
But, like, the
people?
whole time you were like, I didn't know this episode was so good. Like,
I
never noticed that.
I didn't notice anything about the episode, but
you didn't notice.
My God,
when Donna was, like, turning the pill or whatever, like some big things.
Yeah, some big things. Obviously as a kid, I didn't really care. I was just like, bring the fat babies.
Yeah.
bring them to me.
So I guess we should probably, just for the people who haven't seen the episode Partners in Crime in a while, we'll give you a little synopsis. So basically, at this point, Donna has met the doctor. She met him once in the Christmas special. She was going to get married. And then she told him, no, I'm not going to travel with you. I'm going to make something of my life. Whole season happens with Martha. And then this time, throughout most of the episode, they're just barely missing each other. And it's like, it's kind of fun that way too. I really liked that, where they were just like,
they're working on the same project of trying to figure out what this Adipose is, this Adipose Corporation is, because it's really suspicious.
They were investigating it,
and they were both investigating it separately, which was fun. And it was interesting because they were doing like almost the exact same thing of like the exact same steps. So it kind of shows you how Donna thinks similarly to the doctor when solving problems.
Yeah, Matron Ophelia, Miss Foster, she runs Adipose Industries, and she is using humans to breed the adipose, the little fat babies. And she uses these diet pills. And what it's doing is, when the people are asleep, the people who are taking the adipose pills, one, they say kilogram?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not British. But
one of your British people units
overnight. It just walks away.
I don't even think it's a British people unit. I think like the whole world uses
the metric system.
Yeah, the whole world uses the metric system.
I know, but we're dum-dums. So, what are you going to do? But you can't force Americans to change their ways.
Absolutely not.
Seriously.
God guns country people.
I put some respect on that. But they... eventually it comes to the point where they're both investigating and they see each other. The doctor's listening in on this conversation that Matron Ophelia is having with the other girl, the other lady who was investigating. So Donna didn't get caught because they caught this other lady. And Donna's listening to the conversation as well. And then at one point they like look at each other. And I just love that moment where they like recognize each other and they're like mouthing the words and you try and figure it out. Doctor and Donna saved the day.
Yeah, no, they both worked together because they were both solving this problem together. So all the missing puzzle pieces kind of came together at the end. And Donna actually helps the doctor kind of figure it out.
What did you like most about this episode?
What I liked most is I like the concept of the fat babies. The adipose people hired the nanny because their breeding planet died to grow all these fat babies, so they needed another breeding planet.
Well, it disappeared. It comes in later in like the finale. I won't spoil it for those who haven't watched it. But yeah, their breeding planet disappears, and so she illegally uses Earth to create more adipose babies, more fat. And adipose means fat. So honestly, it gave me like questions this time around of like, what do the actual adipose look like? And also, do they come from fat? And also...
Well, oh, you mean like in real life? In IRL?
No. No, like the, the parents hired...
Oh,
nanny.
I want to know what the parents look like. Can we please bring back the adipose? Because I want to know what the giant fat people look like.
I know, because this is a whole world. This is a whole thing. We could go visit.
Because we just see the babies that come from the people. And so the humans are basically the hosts.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it was just fun. It was like a fun episode. Not many people died. But it was also... What I loved about this episode is there was a lot of feeling of like logic, mystery, and then it was also like heartfelt, and it was funny.
Yeah.
It was like funny.
It ticked all the boxes.
It was funny throughout the whole episode. The Donna's kind of just like, Donna, she just likes to bicker with the doctor. Like they're like like an old married couple, like they've been together for so long and they're just like, sassing each other. Yeah. Donna just sasses the doctor. And they have like a little cute moment where she connects with her with Wilfred.
Her grandpa.
Wilfred is sitting and looking at the stars. And then at the end, she has the doctor fly by to say hi to Wilfred. I made it. I found my doctor.
That was so friggin' cute, dude. And I think I saw this one Instagram comment recently. I don't remember what it's from, but it was like, I think a lot of what is missing from the newest season is their focus on family. Like, yes, Ruby went and her whole mission was to find out who her real mother was, but we didn't really get those just like small one-off moments where like at, even in the middle of the episode, they don't have to dedicate time to it, but they showed Donna going up the hill. They showed the relationship she has with her mother, with her grandfather, and just this sweet little moment where Wilf's just listening to her. And we're also setting it up to where now we know that Donna's still looking for the doctor, but we did it in a scene that achieves a different purpose also. And I don't know, I think that's what's missing from the newest season because the episodes are shorter.
Yeah.
So you don't get extra time to be able to
me, it was really hard. It's still hard for me to connect with Ruby in the new season.
I know a lot of people really like her.
I don't have any feelings towards her.
Exactly.
Like when anything happens to Ruby in this upcoming the new season, with Nishuti, I literally feel nothing for Ruby. Like when anything happens to her, I feel nothing. Well, like no connection. And it's like in a movie, you only have an hour and a half to connect with the movie characters. So it's possible to connect in one episode, but it's like you have a whole season and I feel nothing for this main character.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. That's an issue. Like where is the disconnect?
And granted, some people do really like her, but when we were watching the episode, I remember like a week ago and you were like, I actually don't really like Donna that much or something. And then you watched this one episode, and you were like, I love Donna.
Yeah, and it's like
you get to see all of her.
Yeah, and like I said that honestly because I haven't really rewatched Donna's episode because as a kid it honestly didn't like she didn't really click to me. Like I was just a kid, so I didn't really understand bickering concepts, jokes.
Yeah, the sarcasm
it goes over my head. You know, like I'm little, it goes over my head. But like rewatching this episode, I just like have a new love for Donna, and I felt something in this episode, and it was only an hour long. And it was about fat baby.
Yeah, it was about fat
and
baby.
I immediately connected with Donna, and I care for her now. For the whole season.
You're
just
like,
one
oh my gosh,
episode.
I wonder what's going to happen. I mean, we know, but like at the same time, you know, it intrigues you. It makes you want to watch more. It makes you want to watch the rest of this season.
It makes me want to rewatch this whole season just because I just love their dynamic together.
Yeah, it was really
and I have
fun.
A connection with her.
And at the end where they established like when the doctor's like Martha fancied me or whatever, and he's telling her before she gets in the TARDIS to go with him, like he kind of sets the ground rules of like, you know, that's not gonna happen, and it was my fault, you know.
I kind of let her on a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of liked it, to be honest.
Yeah, but he was like, I was gassing myself up.
He's like, I'm 800 years old, like
I can still get it.
I can still get it.
And then Donna's like, with you?
I'm dating with
absolutely not. Like, if you think that's going to happen, absolutely not.
It's another scene that achieves two purposes, where it's really funny. It's really funny. And then it also tells you, like, Donna is not attracted to him at all. So that tells you for the entire season, like, what their dynamic's going to be. They're going to be friends. And you already get that answered for you. I feel like, and again, I probably have to rewatch the newer episodes, but they don't leave as much of an impact for me as these ones do. No. Granted, I grew up with them. But
and we don't get as much as a backstory to the situation of what's happening. Like, in this hour episode, we got a background of why the Adipose are there, which planet that they're from. We like what their machines, why it's illegal. You know, like we're introducing like laws of the galaxy, you know, like we get so much information.
I liked that a lot about old Doctor Who
from the episodes.
They did that a lot,
which I liked. But with these new episodes, we're not getting a lot of that. And like rewatching the old episodes, I'm like, I love the new episodes until I rewatched the old episodes, and I was like, this is absolutely trash. And what was I thinking?
I feel bad because they are good, you know. It just feels
it's missing
different.
A lot of backstory, like. You know, because I like when you build up a character where you know their backstory, where they're from, you know, what laws are they breaking. The doctor's like, oh, this violates the Dark Shadow Proclamation, blah, 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 blah.
The Shadow Proclamation. Yeah, well, and also, you know, you have Rogue. You don't really know anything about him, but I think in that case, it does create, like, intrigue and mystery for the character to where we're probably going to see him again. Like, what happened with Donna is how she was going to get married and then she doesn't see the doctor again. We don't know we're going to see her again, and we don't learn too much about her. But I think, yes, like the in the Rogue episode, the shoulders, we don't know what planet they're. I mean, did we?
We probably did, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like this episode was just so in depth of like all their questions, because Alyssa would constantly ask questions throughout the episode. They were answered.
They were answered.
They were answered.
I have scribbles.
Like what were some of your questions about this episode?
It was, I've never understood the necklace thing. Is it like the necklace's proximity to someone? And then they actually do explain it.
Yeah, because so whenever you order the adipose fat pills, it comes with a necklace. And as a kid, I didn't understand the necklace. Like, why is everybody getting like a charm like necklace?
Yeah.
And they understand, and they explain why everybody has a necklace. Like it activates, as a beacon to activate the fat at night. And it was just so specific and so in depth. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have to go that far and explain it, and to explain all of that.
Just the little questions that
to explain all of that, you know?
Another one that I had was, what do you think the doctor did all day in the closet? And then it's just like a small line, but if you're paying attention, like he says that he was investigating like that, I don't know what it's
There's
called.
like a beacon.
The little alien machine.
Yeah. There's like a beacon at the end to like call the aliens. Yeah. To call the adipose back.
And there's two of them.
The adipose family back, which are the
I had to cross it out because, they're there we look at the clock, they're there for 9 hours. We were both kind of looking at each other like, why did they get there for 9 hours?
And then they don't even have to explain that, like, oh, why do some humans just like die, like just blow up into like fat people.
Like, it also showed you that Donna's smart too. Like the doctor kind of looks at her when she's telling, and she's asking the matron Cophelia, like, well, I saw Stacy, but you say they're all made out of fat, but she disappeared, everything, like her bones, her teeth, whatever. And the doctor's kind of like, oh, yeah, I could bring her along. It shows you why she would be a good companion.
Yeah.
And
she calms him down. He's like, oh, I can't save these people. I'm so frustrated. And Donna's like, doctor, shut up.
What do you
need? Just say it. You're irritating me.
You're stuck in your head right now.
The doctor's like, oh, this is what I need. And she's like, okay, then just say
I've got one.
She's just calm, cool, collective.
Yeah.
Like
how we were talking about in Midnight, why he needs companions. Like sometimes he needs them to calm him down and keep him in the situation because he's not perfect.
And what I like about like Donna and what I don't like about the new companion in the new show, like the new companion in the new show is like cocky and it comes off as a bad way, but Donna's just
about Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby. She's like
it's like the companion who will not be named.
Yeah. Like, in the new season, she's just like kind of cocky and confident, but Donna does it so well where it's like it's effective and like convenient, and not an annoyance.
Yes, and I think you're right in that it just makes sense for her.
It makes sense for her as a character.
Yeah.
But I feel like because she's like an older woman, like she's been around men, she's been around town, like she knows how to deal with them.
And I didn't really know. I honestly still don't know who Ruby is. Like she's an orphan, and like what else? What?
I don't know. She's just like a kid. She's like 17.
Yeah, we know that in this one episode that Donna has issues with her mom. Her mom always nags her. She's been looking for a job. We know that she has a strong relationship with Wilfred.
We know Wilfred is so supportive. Well, like she's literally been sitting here. She's been sitting here doing nothing, and Wilfred's like, "Oh, well, how are you, sweetie? Like I support you. I know you're crazy, but like you'll figure it out." And
he loves his crazy granddaughter.
Yeah, like I just love
you got
Wilfred.
on a train and we had to call the police.
And you feel for Wilfred in this one episode too. You have like if you didn't even have a backstory on Wilfred, you feel for him in the 5 minutes that you see him.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I love that man.
Yeah.
I would die for that man.
No.
And it was just like so much information, so much feeling, so much.
And we got it all at the same time.
We got it. We got it all.
We got everything.
Like it was a unique, original kind of concept. Like, oh, we need a host planet for this nanny. These fat people. Like who would even thought about like these little fat people? Who would even think about that? But they're so cute.
So smart.
And I was like, they're cute. They're like kind of stupidly funny,
And you wouldn't think, imagine pitching this.
Pitching this. I would be like,
I want a bunch of fat babies. They're made out of people's fat. Like, and they just walk and they're sentient. And they're like actual organisms. Like, Can you imagine?
Yeah, and then they like tied it together in this episode so well, where it was like it was ridiculous, but it worked.
Yes.
It wasn't like you weren't looking at it and were like, "Oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen."
Exactly. Like I feel like a lot of the time, like, oh my gosh, I just watched Trolls World Tour. Have you seen that movie?
No.
The newest Trolls movie?
Mm-mm.
Garbage. I'm sorry. It's really, really bad. Rotten Tomatoes, I had to look it up because it gave it like 60% or something. But it's so like ADHD core, I guess, is what you just like for the TikTok kids, where it's a lot of bright colors and a lot of like boom, 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 boom. Like
I mean, it's also for kids.
Yeah.
This is like Trolls movie was nothing like Doctor Who. You know who can't keep it together? The Trolls.
I'm like, this movie made for kids.
This seems like
I've got something to say. I'm like, why didn't you make it for me?
You said
I watched it.
You're like, Billy, you like this garbage?
You need to grow the f***
This
up.
is what you want me to play for the 10th time on the TV?
Is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways,
you're like, I could never be the nanny because I'd give up on you.
No. And so what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like a lot of the moments in that movie, and yes, it was a kid's movie, but a lot of them were pure like just shock value. Like, here's a disco kid and
it's fun.
Here's just big bright lights and fun and flashy and whatever. But like, I feel like
give the kids something to think about.
Let me finish. Yes, exactly. Actually, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm going off the rails, but it wasn't just an episode to be like, oh, here's some fat babies. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They put an actual meaning and story behind it. And I really like that.
I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it. And it was so funny because in the episode we were talking about, because like the doctor has this little dial that can like, I don't know what his little, it tracks.
His fat detector.
It detects the fat or whatever
Fat
it
Finder
does.
3000.
The Fat Finder 3000. I was like, imagine being in America and it just being like, ding, 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 ding.
Tyara told me like he goes to McDonald's.
No, it like dings and he's following it and it's literally just, he's like inside McDonald's and he's just like, what?
He's like, how am I gonna find it?
He's like, bro, I'm trying to find the fat people. Why is it raining so much everywhere?
And the girl, she's like, well, welcome to McDonald's.
Yeah, he's like, what can I get you? And you're like, do you have any like fat babies? And you're like, we have fat people.
Take a look around.
Take a look around.
We have fat babies, we have fat children, we have fat adults. Take your pick. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's like he's in Miami and he's like, ding, 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 ding. It's like BBL. Oh my God, another BBL. He's like, do you think you have any fat babies in there? He's like,
I need to inspect you, ma'am.
He was like, that doesn't look natural. He's like, there must be fat babies come out of there. And it's just like a massive boob job.
Oh my God. I can't even breathe. But anyway, another thing I really liked about it was, and this just might be my nostalgia, but I really like the sound effects that they use. I really like the music, like it's so suspenseful. And then also the music of the spaceship coming, it's like, wow. I thought it was so fun.
It was just so good.
It was really fun.
And then the fat babies, when they wave at the end, they're just like,
hi
everybody, because they're just babies and they're happy. Babies. And then Donna's like, oh, you're not gonna like kill them?
She's like, what, gonna blow them up?
You're not gonna like blow them up now? And he's like, no, I've learned.
They're
like
just children.
And he's like, they're just kids. They're just little stupid little. They don't know where they came people. From. Like, oh,
that's so cute.
I love them.
That's so cute.
So wait, what happened to their planet? The Adipose planet?
It disappeared.
Lost? Oh, because weren't a bunch of planets disappearing?
Mm-hmm. The bees are disappearing. And you find out later that the bees are aliens sometimes.
And so what Alyssa noticed in this episode, they make a lot of references. So the Donna says the bees are disappearing. And then there was a sticker.
There's one sticker on a car, and it's literally like 5 seconds, and it's Atmos. And I'm like, Tyara, that's the Sontaran stratagem, and that is like episode 6 or something. And I was like, that was there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
They have already thought of that, and they just threw it in there.
Like, that's
make sure you put that Atmos sticker on that car for this 5-second shot. I'm like,
and it was for like a future video, a future episode, right?
And it was a huge thing.
Yeah, so it's like fun looking back at these because you could be like, because it's something you wouldn't have noticed if you didn't rewatch it.
And they do also,
and you wouldn't have caught it.
They do that in the newest season, but it's like the Snow and Susan Triad. But you kind of know the whole time that it is something you should be paying attention to. Mm-hmm. That Atmos sticker, you don't know. You don't know about it.
You don't know.
The planets are disappearing. You don't know that, or we don't know that the planets are disappearing at this point. We just know that the adipose planet disappeared and the bees are disappearing, and it's just like small, and you
really overlook it. And because I overlooked it until Alyssa's, who's watched the episodes 5 billion times because she loves David Tennant, so she's like watched it 5,000 times. So like she caught on all of that, and it kind of like leaves to the people that are like crazily obsessed and have nothing else to do with their lives. To like give them something to look forward to, even though they've watched it 12 times.
God, it's just me not wanting to grow up. I can't just go off and get abducted by the doctor one day.
Dude, I know.
That's crazy.
I know. I mean,
that's not a kind of world I would want to live in. You know?
As a kid, I just like would dream, and I was like, he's real and he's coming for me.
I can't wait when I'm the next companion.
And like the only thing I thought of was like, what would be my catchphrase? Like I was like, what would be my Doctor Who? Well, you've had years to think about it. I had years to think about it. I had no. You don't know? I did not come up with anything. I was not unique or original.
Ooh, let's try and think of one.
What would yours be? David Tennant, you're so hot. Like, I want you so bad.
I'd be like, I'd be like, wow. I'd probably just think,
well, what are your like catchphrases in like real life? Because like mine are like, you're being crazy right now.
You're being crazy right now.
One is, and then when I'm driving, I'm gonna kill your whole family.
You do have unparalleled road rage.
I'm crazy.
We'll just be having we'll have a conversation on the phone because we frequently call each other when we're just driving, especially Tyara.
Mostly to talk about timey-wimey talks.
Well, yeah, but and then I'll just be talking, and then she'll be like,
and I'm like, I'll kill your whole entire family.
I'll kill your whole family, and I'm like, are you done? Okay, we don't have official catchphrases. Have you guys thought about that?
Yeah, what would be your Doctor Who catchphrase if you were to become a Doctor Who companion? I just want to know. Like, what are some good ones so I can steal them when the Doctor comes to abduct me?
We need to do a live one day or something so we can ask questions.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
When we don't have 2 followers, but.
No, we're actually really happy lately.
No, we are really happy. But like, thank you guys again for commenting suggestions on what videos that we could do. Yes. Because like generally, like we like to film for you guys. So
no, we do.
Tell us what to do.
When we see like engagement and we see like people thought the same thing as us or people thought something different than us. That's so cool. Like it's so cool to have just like a conversation about like what we're most passionate about.
Exactly. You know? Like, so talk to us.
Yeah, talk to us.
Talk dollar
Timey-Wimey talkie to us.
Talk doctor to us.
Partners in Crime, I did really like that one.
Yeah.
But I think what I want to talk about is silence in the library.
All right.
I in one of our older videos, I think I talked about how the Vashta Narada are my favorite villains.
Oh, okay.
And that's these episodes. Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. And also, it's the first episode where we see River Song.
Oh, River.
I recently watched all the episodes in order according to River, and it was really cool. Anyways, thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. So stay tuned for Silence in the Library while we see, does this age well? Does this age well? Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
See you next time.
Also, no, wait. Follow us on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok.
Timey.wimey.talks.
I recently just learned how to do this heart. So
I tried to do that for like 30 minutes.
I'm like a millennial. I'm just like, heart. Somebody did this to me and they're like, I'm like, I literally do not know how to complete the heart.
Like, why would you
do it that way?
Why would you?
Or is it that way?
Why would you do? This is so hard. To me, this is so hard. And
it's like crib.
Hold this.
Just kidding.
Hold this, please. Make sure to hold the power button. You can do it like this. You can do it like this.
What I don't understand is aura points. Like, how do you lose an aura point? I don't like that. I hate the aura point thing that's new.
What's
the kids are saying these days.
What's an aura point?
Like, if you do something wrong, you lose it. Cool. If you like do something stupid, you lose aura points.
But so aura points, isn't that just doing something that's unattractive? Isn't that just like...
I don't know. I genuinely do not understand the concept.
Are your cousins teaching you this?
No, I just see it on Instagram and they're just like, you lost. Or like, how many aura points did this lose me? And then they say like a situation that happened. Like, I would guess like, you know, if somebody waves and like they're not waving at you, like how many aura points did I lose from that?
I just don't like them.
I know. What is an aura point? I don't like that.
Maybe we're...
How many aura points do you lose if you don't like and comment on this video? Probably a lot.
Probably a lot. You know, I have
a lot.
to consult
so
the
go
handbook,
like and subscribe, or you're
Please.
gonna lose 10 aura points.
Yeah, that's actually a fact.
That's a threat.
Yeah, that's a threat. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna take away your aura point, one by one.